For butt busters, you're going to do 30 seconds of each of these exercises continuously with no rest in between. So first we have clams. You're going to keep your pelvis as still as you can. Reverse clams, your knees come together and your heels come apart. Again, keeping your pelvis as still as you can. Then your knees tap and your heels tap. Pelvis stays still. Tap your knees, tap your heels. And then straight leg abduction, you're going to kind of kick up and behind you. Again, pelvis stays still. And then running man, you're going to bring your knee to your chest. Try to keep your pelvis as still as you can. Most of the movement here is coming from your leg. Lift into a side plank with the top leg resting on a chair or couch. Lift your bottom leg to meet your top leg. Keep your hips and shoulders stacked on top of one another. Try to keep your body in a straight line from your head to your foot. To make this easier, bend your top leg so your knee is resting on the chair instead of your foot. You'll need a chair or a bench or a sturdy ice chest for this exercise and a backpack. And you can do this one of two ways. You can either grab the top of the handle of the backpack and slowly lower the backpack behind you, like so. Or I found it's easier to grab the top and the bottom and to slowly lower the backpack above your head that way. You're going to lay on your stomach and your forehead is going to be on the ground. Hands are going to be behind your head, interlaced fingers, and you're going to lift your elbows up off the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. So you can tell my left shoulder needs a little bit of work. Lay on your side however you're comfortable, but I prefer when people bend their knees. Keep your elbow by your side and grab a Hydorflask or any water bottle, and you're going to bring your hand to your belly button and then externally rotate so your arms point straight up towards the sky. So you're going to go up into a side plank, but you're going to keep your arms straight. Keep your arms straight and try to make a straight line from your right hand to your left hand. Set up two chairs so your upper back is resting on one while your feet are resting on the other. Lift your hips up as high as you can. Raise one leg in the air and hold it. If you'd like an added challenge, put a heavy backpack on your pelvis. You should feel this in your hamstrings, glutes, and back. You're going to get into a tall plank position, and you're going to lift your opposite arm and your opposite leg up off the floor at the same time. Hold for a second and then come back down. These are kind of tricky, so don't be discouraged if you have a hard time. The more you do them, the better you'll get at them. Try not to let your butt lift up into the air and try to keep your back flat. This is a great stretch if you have tight hips. So you're going to sit crisscross applesauce and then bring your top leg on top of the other leg. So kind of sit in like a meditative stance. You should feel a big stretch in the side of your hip here. Chances are your top knee is going to be super bent and up, and that's okay. I have pretty flexible hips, so I can get into this position no problem, but a lot of you will end up with that top knee up, and that's okay. You should still feel a stretch. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. The stretch is for your bicep, so this is good for all my overhead athletes. So you're going to go up against a wall with your thumb pointed down, and you're going to kind of lean away from the wall with your arm straight. You can change the angle at which your arm is at, so you can point it more down or more up. You can change the angle to feel a better stretch. Take a foam roller and place it at about your mid to upper back. Put your hands behind your head and try to keep your lower back as close to the floor as you can, and then arch back over that foam roller. You'll probably hear and feel a couple of pops in your upper back, and that's totally okay. You're going to find a door frame for this. Let's say you're stretching your right side, so you're going to take your right arm and reach to the left side of the door frame and lean to the right. You can reach up or down depending on how you feel the best stretch. You should feel a stretch on the right side of your back. You can take your left hand, reach to the right side of the door frame, lean to the left. You can reach up if you want a better stretch, or you can reach down depending on how you feel the best stretch for you. You can also do a pec stretch here and reach for either side of the door frame and kind of lean forward. Get a nice stretch for your chest. You can reach on the other side of the door frame and pull back. You should feel a stretch in your back here. And you can reach down low for another stretch in your back. QL stands for quadratus lumborum, which is a muscle in your back. Get into a figure 4 position on the floor and reach the arm on the same side as the straight leg out towards the inside of that leg and reach the other arm up and over. You should feel a stretch on the same side of your lower back as the arm reaching up and over. You can reach more across your body if you want a little bit of a different stretch. Start on your hands and knees and then walk your knees kind of out to the side and then go down to your elbows. You can rock back here to get a little bit of a deeper stretch, but you should feel this in your groin, inner thigh, adductors.